Jama'a barkanmu da dawowa daga wannan takaitaccen hutu da muka ji. Yanzu muka yi lokacin da zamu zo mu tattauna da bakin da muke da shi a cikin gida kamar yadda muka saba yi kowane ranar talata da ranar alhamis muna kawo 'yan siyasa a cikin gida inda suke zuwa muke tattaunawa da su kan lamarin da ya shafi siyasa saboda su muka ba su wato jagorancin su duba lamarinmu in ya kai wurin policies da abubuwan da ya dace mu ne sai ya kamata mu ringa kawo su su zo su ringa muna karin haske kan zantukan da yake tafiya da abubuwan da ya shafe mu. Muna tare da kama Amasama shine Amasama Bruni National Coordinator na Amasama Constituency na jam'iyyar NPP da kuma muna tare da Ismail Ali Oroya shine Greater Accra Regional Zongo Caucus Coordinator na NDC. Muna tare da su ba baki bane sun saba zuwa to muna kawo su ne su zo su bude muna haske kan zantukan da ke tafiya. Sannun ku da zuwa. An tashi lafiya ya aiki kuma dai. To alhamdulillah bari mu ba ku dama ku yi gaisuwa saboda mu zo mu shiga cikin zance. Bari mu fara baka dama kai gaisuwa.
To a farko dai ina son gaishe Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia da National Boss ina Alhaji Aziz Futa da Regional Boss ina kuma that is Jeff Kasim Abdallah then yan Amasama constituency da Amasama Nasara wing in the ke to look at follow mu sa wanga gaishe da viewers kuma na gaishe kowa da safin ga
mun gode da gaisuwa sannan Oroya kuma bari baka dama kama kai gaisuwanka.
Mini, this is my first time appear kan setting ko
this new year.
This new year. Even though mo musulmai ni ba new year mu bane amma makwabcin mu new year su ne. Sai sa zan wish mutane na duka happy new year. Sannan national chief imam baban mu kakan mu komin mu kenan. Shi da ajuhumar na ahli sunna da na Shia da na Ahmadiyya duka malamai mu ne. Once they are our leaders when it comes to Islamic religion. They are our leaders regardless of where you belong to.
Okay.
Especially National Chief Imam shi ke head mu duka mu ko mun ki mun so shi ne. Sannan na gaida party mu wadanda suke view mu. His Excellency, former President, the President in waiting, John Dramani Mahama, inshallah, 2025, 7th January, answering she in
Okay.
Na get the two new national executives mu, national chairman mu Asidu Nketia, the national secretary mu, Fifi Koti na musukiswa. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Da boss na Kunyonga na megiswa.
Wa alaikum salatu bari dai fara ma da kai gaba ɗaya gashi NDC za ku yi presidential da primary parliamentary primary sun ku May 13. Usually dai ana gani kamar ana fara yin presidential ne tukuna zuwa yi primary zuwa yi na parliamentary amma mun ga kamar this time around kuna su ku hada duka ku yi on the same date kenan. Ina so ka dan ba mu zan baka wani 2 minutes ka ba mu karin haske kan wannan zancen da za ku yi dinnan.
Gaskiya ne kaman jiya yanda General Secretary mu Fifi Koti hold press conference ya bada timetable da aka release kaman open of nomination ya start from 22nd to 24 February 2023 nga that's next month kenan ending of next month. Sannan da filing of nomination na ya continue from 20th to 22nd March 2023. That's cikin watan azumi kenan. Yana mini mun nomination and mun end nomination and the next day fara azumi according to some of the dates in azumi da yake circulate yeah. Sannan veti mu mun shi 27th to 29th March 2023 she appears mu maybe when you vetting and disqualify shi an ga wani masalarsa tare da document school
ya kamata ya appeal
shi aka disqualify party ya appeal wannan appeal ne mun shi 30th of March to 6th of April kun ga akwai ample time cikin mun bude domin wadansu appeals na ya need more verification sannan more convince mutane how ya ka nemi sake appeal mun need maybe more documents sannan wannan election mun na shi ya zo shi on the 13th of May across the country. This goes to both the parliamentary and then the presidential elections. Abin da da mu yi shi duka ne gaba daya ba lokaci wani time muka samu time muna ya mu yi ya sunan shi Ofan constituency sannan shi mu zo mu yi da muke da MPs sannan mu yi ma na presidential amma this time around mun ga mu duka ne mu yi shi gaba daya domin ba karan lokaci ko ba ka ba kin fahimta domin tin samu
ya move the sorry
yes we can't wait for another 4 years for NPP Kuba. We have to start kicking the grounds, organizing the masses, selling out our message to the people. Come and look at Yakai. This have been the kids kicking. She said, because of Moscow currently, this is Morani Shakabadia.
Sana the Kamal Burns of Kuma January Kuma way person Kukuma MPP. Small 31st January, that's about the date in the Zasui. Zai presidential da sumana parliamentary primaries and so da zai kuma ya preparations on towards one and deka eke.
Well, na feel come na NDC we discuss ko ya.
Na de I group in.
The simple thing is, but move to the date now. It's about we discuss now.
Okay.
What then let's go to the date so if we discuss now.
Okay.
NDC. Musa kamanza je contest duka. As soon as she, in terms of democracy now, akwe interested parties na suke so to contest. Amanka do na NDC now. When they come kamanza so presidential primaries. Nena bani dare. Domin from national executives, regional chairman, kira. Su duka sun skill towards your mama. So it's just something kamanza to confirm your mama ni. So indirectly na man presidential primaries na za su na there's an unfair advantage. Because Musa kama Dr. Dufo we na so a contest. And they can do bakanda suke openly. Kunda if you could state party rules and regulations governing kind of elections and they take place now already put on pitch side. So on pitch side indirectly when elections are quick. That for endorsement because Nzungana Muruga Musa Kama from even recently what's the name regional chairman so new one I think Ashimoke na in one of his speeches when he reported also about Shida secretary Sunyo blows in an attempt to face save his own public his own pretend come on all is well and I'm gonna and then we are going to bring John Mama as a regional chairman. You are not supposed to do that. And the national executive so this is their presidential primaries. They should just say they are going for an endorsement because this is the only opposition party in history from 92. I'm telling you to put it on record that almost barely 2 years to elections pass with the one single policy out. Granted, the government in power is even messing up. Granted, it's even messing up till today. The party as a whole, the one they lead is previously, that is former President John Mahama. And yo, national shades will condemn. I've been the government can be one alternative. Okay, maybe the new Kabani chance no rule Ghana. Now ABC, that's a nine mistake. But this time around, I've been the government king. Kabani one opportunity. Banjin Kazadina is different.
This is where I will let me interrupt you a little bit when it comes to that. I bet if to is maga whatever it is. I somebody soon also sort primaries na suka sort primaries like a samuga actual flag bearer. So some call manifesto maybe chicken manifesto so that's no policies in the city the shida that's ima kasangana.
You can magana they give me kids in your mama west.
How?
West because they press conferences in they hold that in a condemned government. What capacity? In what capacity is he doing? As a former president and a former flag bearer. But no, as a former flag bearer, we have nothing like as a former flag bearer.
They can still, but I still but we can also say the same for the vice president. We can also say the same for the
respectfully. The vice president is not he states government policy. He's the vice president. Don't compare the two. You can compare be a match. The former president is not their flag bearer as we speak. He is not. So be the locus in care one number they should every activity in that former president came but she did a party now. So I said you can tell the one locus to bash government. Am I in a whole press recently you can do a tweeting and other things in a condemn government in what capacity? The African are the locals in the Zaka say, Kai Kache come can condemn government based on ABCD. Egira akaja aka chire shi mu da kan mun san kamar shi NDC zai kawo kuma asat na ya gwada mana kan his bankrupt of ideas, bad ideas so far, no policy, nothing whatsoever so far as I speak. Maybe ko one party ko wanda aka cire definitely party has zama da ke a manifesto amma ka san kamar ken da aka cire ka lead na, you are the key person da ke mai fika kawo ideas ba party na za shi impose ma ba don ke za ka zo ka implement, so you also need to make an impact. Ke Africa Kaunaka party nan kuma kawo, then you explain to each other, okay, ga policy na muke kawo, you as the one leading us in kafta which this is how you are going to explain it. But I said as we speak now, John Mama does not have one single policy outside, one. And I challenge him, he said, you should give me one.
Wait for him to, when he's elected as a flag bearer, or in your words, when he's endorsed as a flag bearer, and then we can have this conversation here. And I would like to see, I can say, we can say the same about the vice president. She everybody makaga kama wasu kama su Alan Chiramantin da kuma Dr. Akuto Osei suka resign. Saboda suna ga kama amba vice president a lot of platforms yesiya da kanshi as compared to su ministers aikin su yayi limited. She as the vice president yana da dama as position she da zama vice president you use when yana siyar da kanshi as compared to yasa su ma suka suna ga kamar bari su resign su zo su ma su concentrate kan flag bearerships da suke so you know, so we can say the same with the former president and the same as the vice president.
In can do a co-one even sitting president and I enjoy automatic incumbent advantage, especially in the second term. John Mama ya enjoy one because back they can detach the person's position from his campaign activity.
Yeah.
So back actually don't then former president Mama there's a 2016 election don't president in his carry security to be happy. So when the natural of it comes with it. The vice president in Ayao, the vice president me as constituency executive has not met us yet officially check zone contest. Yeah. In I as vice president. Thinking at a single evidence that I can point to come vice president ya openly declare intentions.
But everybody knows that they declare intention. But yes, it's an open secret. Why I come and be declared? But indications of like because is a norm political parties, most political parties in like every part of the world is usually the norm. She a push vice president Yesaya as ye compete for flag bearership. Somebody samudamong ye stand as president. So it's the norm, and people around him are pushing. Even though she the kanshi bezo officially declare come on he's interested. She the kanshi yasan come on even though before publicly yazo ya chiba.
He's not declared yet. I come on John Mama. Currently, as we speak, he's not the flag bearer of the NDC. Go back about. Vice President, I decide come and look at Chinyaka and put the nomination.
Okay, we are here.
So let's speak to the issue as it pertains now. I cannot discuss the issue now. And so he's the vice president. In your stage is actually when we reject government business. Because maybe so-called in the intention to contest security no could withdraw security details even you declare intention she come and say contest even that man still you have some incumbency advantage. It comes with it. There's nothing you can do. I mean, like other ones not feel come okay. We are government appointees, maybe one way or the other. But so we mix government work with what's the name? Political work now. So we feel come on, resign. Then that one now have ample time to do my campaign. That is just so right. Government can appoint me. Government knows the fire. Okay, the individual and about appointment now. At a point, can decide come on, I can now.
Back
and maybe I mean. The Dr. Akuto say sukaina. So for NDC as we speak now, they're just going to endorse one person. He has no idea to give, and that is why we are saying, come on, the alternative we in MP come on, the alternative is still scary. Because the alternative wouldn't okay do one command in government and get failed. This is the likely person we are going to bring. The person himself does not have the idea of solving the situation.
Oroya me that a chicken wangas and chindiki kama kama endorsements are endorse former president John Mahama endorsement kaweza bashi.
Kinga John Mama be the idea ma. Buda idea shi buda. She about Geria Kufuadu, who was Kishayo, John Mama. Is former president. Geria Kufuadu. Whole Basu de Rwanda. Was the potable water. pipe-borne water. John Dramani Mama, His Excellency. She eba suwa. Wannan kadima yayi. Wannan kadima o. It's okay. Don't mean Gary. She had more MP for so many years. They bagarish potable water ba. His Excellency former president, they keep presidents. Kobe baba. Ache be kobe ba dezo azema kawaini. Dezo be kobe ba. You couldn't arrange flights in a yawo. You couldn't. Wannan kudi kade ya doki ya ba yan chibi. Yan chibi gari akufado de sarkin shi. Oche himi. Your mama eba su potable water. Susha. Your mama e wannan kade mai achievements. Untumi wana buni.
Chairman Untumi.
Yeah, wana buni.
Come on, yeah, in terms of what?
He's
a chairman of the Ashanti region, yes, MPP chairman. Ashanti region
is the most popular area for MPP. She's a charmer. Sekaranje major daga Golden Tulip. Why do you endorse Warina?
I assume I endorsement. I'm a she the kind she.
We are endorse John Dramani Mahama, which Nimbazamana Gamana endorse John Dramani Mahama. Shikmazezo Kifa Hintai Ya Suki Suso John Dramani Mama Zamukao Momo endorse Kuma Anje promise ya we massive one of no shaka but away Bazo promise bo when the kisu challenge John Dramani Mama Duka the gate is different more open got nomination so to pick form bamu ndazamu ada bamu good nomination the FIFA court has you address them ko be say John Dramani Mama party I decide man on the post go back about I'm good nomination I'm back guidelines in dates zakaje kai kaza kuma pick of our form na pick form na but that officer can be body balati baba ko je online
shesa oroya yanzu aka kuntu kamar yanda Kamal ya sheda zu kun set grounds nan for John Mahama kenan kun wait mai kun set mai kun lay mai red carpet saboda in yanzu then that means
does that mean that people should set ground so bad let me
this is the case whereby in case of MPP so she me she that case set my grounds na be futo ya nuna intention shi kamar yana da niyyar tsayawa ba saboda maybe ana ganin kamar
His Excellency the former president ya gwada miki intention kamar zai saya
ya nuna alama daban-daban da yana nuna shi ake shi yake yi as the vice president of the republic yana aiki
as a former flag bearer and former president.
He's not in power, so he can't do that. Then it's like he's just expressing his interest to stand, you know.
Yeah, she's a former president, former flag bearer, but things now go wrong. Sakare magana.
But it's like a compare she that now Dr. Baumia is different because Dr. Baumia aiki yake yi makasa. She yana aiki ma party shi kenan. Jomama is working for his party, meanwhile the Dr. Baumia is working for the state.
Exactly. So go on aiki shini.
Jomama na aiki for party shini.
Exactly.
And then Dr. Baumia na aiki for the state. Wow, Dr. Baumia, he is the vice president, second in command.
When the position is Excellency former president,
ex-president, and then the former flag bearer.
Yes, of the NDC, and it's a what?
Kuma yanzu aka kuma ba saya Alajoroya kuma kasan as it is right now. John Mahama ne lead party number. Shesa asiri doing kete an wani abu man zai magana asiri doing kete ya kamata ya ringa yin wayannan abubuwa. Shi ex-president His Excellency John Mahama ya dakata in aka bashi wannan dama aka bashi tutan party she yazo yayi.
As a citizen, as a citizen of Ghana, Senegal abuna go wrong. It's a carry magana. His Excellency former president of Ghana as a statesman. Is the former president of the nation.
But we have statesmen to the ex-president Kufuor
who want the life of Stalin.
Okay.
President Kufuor magana. You go be magana bani. Yeah magana. It's a MPP. Actually, we support one of the presidents. It's what about co-ed contest? Garin yenda garin ki move. When I get aburi ko. Yeah magana. Go back man. When you look at him, when you go wrong, President Kufuor have to. Yeah magana kamano. Things and things ki move na. The government have to set up. So that means that President Kufuor show interest. What you say? His Excellency the former president is a statesman. He cannot sit aloof. Kuma is now the current statesman. A former president the We know our former presidents all have passed away. The one that remains kufo yanzu bai da karshi yanzu ba kan bicycle ke zama wuce mudu kamu ya ke wani age mu ma mun a still wannan position ne ke na ko ba ka ba isa bai da karfin da zai wani abu kiti na shi ne kawai abin shi gida mai mama this former president mais lafiyayyen mutum ni saka ba da zama kuri sai zama igan tista go wrong sai bai magana no even shi yana ga abubuwan da kufo bai gani domin kufo yanzu aka bai miki kada ka buga kamar 72 sai kwana because of his age ama his excellency yeah is about gari why genius jembo that can go on so he knows the current situation of the country he know what is going on so you have to speak out the interest bata look at it annabi look at annabawa ko ba kana mace wani yanda bai faru wani ko na bai faru wani gari ana barna ko ba haka ba she malam na wuri malam bai magana ba da Allah ya aika malaiku aje a destroy garin sai ka ce ma akwai wani bawon ka wurin abuta ko game da shi domin da ke bai magana ba ko ba haka ba yasa his excellency the former president the president in waiting 2025 John Dramani Mama bai yi zauna aloof ya ga kaman garin yana tafiya kan
kamar ya turo wani challenge yace in ba ku da wani policy so nima I'm playing the devil's advocate zan tabe ka name wani policy da in aka ba President Mahama dama ya tsaya but now I use ex-president John Mahama aka ba shi dama ya tsaya aka ba shi tutan party NDC kamar yanzu NPP na da lokacin shi ne ya zaka ce baka shi da kai ma kalmi na kan kara mishi kenan aka bashi dama kaman ga abun da zai zo yayi ta kamar me ko da kuna jira shi da in an riga an bashi wannan daman sannan zai zo ya fadi abun da yake da shi da zai ba makasa
ya meaning policies what I mean
policy da abun da zai amfani kasa kenan abubuwan da zai da zabari gari ya je
da ce baki ba in to man ma bai komi ba ya ba a cikin ruwa
wannan lokacin ya wuce ina ga abun da zai zo yi
manifesto mu nana
zo sabo
mun aje manifesto 2026 2020 and Ghanaians buy it Jemensa rejected ko ba ka ba so ki wani magana kin ga mai zamu let new flag bearer which is going to be John Dramani Mama that policies will come out I know 2020 kukula so makuna 2020 ko ba ka ba policies da muka ajiye 2020 Jemensa takibari Ghanaians so implement taki approve ko ba ka ba isa next blackberry we are going to bring out our manifesto we will show you the policies that is in
all right so mungamaka 1 minute just to conclude on that issue then we'll move on yankuri 1 minute shemu move
number 1 when John Mama be ko my mama ya ba achim ruwa wa nafto na bin ballers and nanje wa MP 2 times Bole Bamboy muna magana nga under John Mama vice president still by network from Bamboy to Bole by network kina ji na biu ba ruwa sabi excuse language ya Bole under John Mama wannan lokacin da ya zama president dabobi da mutane ke di shan ruwa wuri guda president ka bar garinka ka je ka ba yes distribution of national cake baka ba ya garinka na are they not part of it so if for nothing kuma another point be about ya suna shi Bole Bamboy kuma ba ya ba su region a full region
savannah
between region and giving water which one comes with development because in Kaba region it comes with the necessary departmental setup
in the
relax capital ministries
beda
no
assembly beda minister office
it's like talk and boost
but they come na so conclude conclude ya catch minutes kai magana is not last conclusion
kinga na push shi ya jaju your John Mama statesman John Mama and the John Mama is the president former President Kufuor was there, statesman. For even how many times they press conferences against John JM?
We will say because
so that tells you clearly
Kufuor wasn't interested in president.
Okay.
So so and the John Mama and the John Mama she malike and they make mistake that former president wasn't in Kufuor saw nothing that she may if when he was saying come on he's eating the meat down to the bone now either former president Kufuor come statesman something is wrong he could have spoken
all right
so that should clearly tell you lastly 1 30 seconds lastly a cow policy kinga be ne come back we rua na chem pass the policy.
All right.
Back at the next
message WhatsApp messages WhatsApp messages in the naked. But didn't read WhatsApp messages in the naked. God bless you for the good work. This policy of gold for oil initiated by the Vice President will save the country millions of Ghana cedis. The Vice President should be highly commended for this great step, and we are proud to have him as a great asset to his to this nation. Vice President, keep on the good work. Greetings to Hajia Fati Alige, Honorable Sami Awuku, and Honorable Ben Abdallah Banda, coordinator inner citizen. This is from Mustafa Abenasi 441. So I thank God for my boss life, Honorable Protozoa, Volta Regional Minister, Honorable Doctor, and his PA Kwesi. We don't have time listening to propaganda press conference from the minority and NDC again. The MPP government is thinking about how Ghana will live better in life, how Ghanaians will live better in life, so that we can break the eight together. Long live Ghana, long live MPP government. All for good will change things. Big up to Eastern Regional Executives, especially Mr. Evans Oseyabua, aka Choboy, and his team. Assalamu alaikum. Nothing is actually working in Ghana now. Policy planting exhibits in people's cars, children vanishing in hospitals, and the court is not for the poor. So where do we run to? Allah ye muna bibi akra ke nge send when the messages in the maskalo how are you na kira ku send muna text messages ku WhatsApp messages ku akan 0596 318 624. Kama habarin tambika gashi wani yayi magana batun oil for good nan gurin yasa ina so fara da kai kan wannan topic nan. Mutane na ganin kaman is a welcome call, don zai ease pressure da ake use dollar aje a say oil da shi outside the country, shi yake bari muke ganin matsalolin da muke samu when it comes to exchange rate mu. Don yanzu currently kuma gashi dollar nan kuma yana rise against the CD. To shi wanga policy ai kaman first badge ya fara very soon. First badge ma yazo, sorry, I beg your pardon. First badge she went oil for gold nan yazo. Yanzu still there kuma gashi dollar kuma asset jiya da yau yana rise kuma. So how viable is this oil for gold in the zai bari the main wangan shi nan ne kam aka kawo shi saboda ya stabilize muna CD mu against the dollar. Gashi kuma mun ga first badge yazo amma still kuma dollar nan be stabilize haka sosai, but as compared to lokacin Christmas, the New Year, da muka ga drastic drop the dollar dropped against the CD. Gashi yanzu first drop yazo, first badge of the oil for gold yazo amma kuma gashi dollar na be very stable haka ba.
Well, in Kadua oil for gold policy now, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, it clearly tells how innovative he is.
Yeah.
According to figures in the HN out, where every year Muna use $3 billion to import oil.
Yeah.
Now even 3 billion cedis couldn't talk less of dollars. And this is a country that Ekadua manufacturing is not compared to the rate at which Namuke import. So once there is demand outweighs supply, meaning Abu Kanamutani ke Neman is in short supply, be the yawa. It creates inflation.
Yeah.
The mean, can I say that Abu? Can mutani day when I name abing? Can I increase price? Can I increase my still answer? So when I affect him as a country. Now, it can do between the dollar, between depreciation, you're so happy with seeding now. It has to do with speculation. Speculation drive when they that's what just that you can do with the market. Governments, yeah, far conclude with board of IMF. Market players, because mistake in the community as a country is that black market na drive. Nina je Morocco, I think 2019 or so. Then Nina can the dollar and doesn't change. But Nina change. Soon demand for passports.
Passport. Yeah, most countries there were a situation demand for passports. So change in
Rwanda, must mean the same. They are able to control. Look about black market can determine Wanganka. Kuma like a cacao garinga you face because they are business oriented.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this oil for gold, yes, oil for gold. No, gold for oil.
Gold for oil.
Yes. In Kaduba, the market is following what is happening. Now, what than that? Because a lot of the people that can chase dollar, part of them are those importing the
okay, yeah, the black market. Bulk oil distribution companies.
Because who can cow oil into the country, and they need to change this forest. If with time, now the policy in the government they introduce, there's no more demand for the dollar. You see the price of dollar gradually coming down.
Okay.
So Yanzunga now, what is happening is we have to acknowledge that sometimes the Bank of Ghana itself should be able to banks
dollar.
There are many banks you go and release dollar into the system.
Among Kajabaka
dollar.
And Canada, my dollar account sometimes in Kajaka withdraw dollar number as soon as back a CD. Meanwhile, I open the account with dollar.
Yeah.
And when I'm withdrawing, I want my dollar, but they will tell you they want to give you CD.
In fact, one of the proposals that Vice President, Mr. Digitalization, Shide Munsani, me now suggest a propose in Akaba every bank dollar, for instance. Amba commercial bank, say $50 million. Whoever is coming to change should produce an ID.
So but I trace, I streamline, I trace in the dollar and then you don't chicken system.
Rumors, it is alleged, so but don't choose words in careful. It's alleged. Come on, I can release couldn't knock about banks in there. Man, no whether soon as some can couldn't just the young black market
business
behind the scenes. I don't have any evidence to
I because we're sitting on TV, I've experienced something like that, but I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to go into details. Is the Naje Bank among me bank in Cheyenne ye had the one in me black market.
You see, which is not the best. That's an illegality.
I sometimes I don't want to talk about it. Says I move the come we are our own enemies.
And you see everything about oil bar. Can be a 10 pesos, go 20 pesos. Couldn't. Maybe 100,000 liters. Calculate one by maybe 100,000. Come on, 50 pesos. You end up getting just immediately I increase for. Let me say for number of 10 cities. I increase to come on 1 city. What it means is that 1 city times 100,000. One non could free Yes, So that is this policy. The Vice President is sustainable because Ghana by your first market to Ghana Gold Coast. So by your Mukafara extraction of gold in Ghana, and I want to believe gold will never run short in this country. So this policy, if all the key players, and I think what we also need to do is that within the oil sector, the government needs to meet them, explain the policy to them
BDCs.
So that they will buy into the idea. Don't up, just like this bondholders thing. Involve the stakeholders number. So understand the thing that they may end up sabotaging it.
Okay.
So far, so good. They make policy and discuss with the Emiratis and they agreed with it, and then the first one gonna stop now. So we pray that this thing once it continues 1, 2, 3, I can tell you, exchange rate or forex will drop. Because once there's no pressure on the demands of it, you can as only the kudinka for 1 week when you be but what is a chima kareke kaseriba? And so that is all that I will have to say about this oil for good policy. I think it's very laudable policy by Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Oreya barin chemaka abunda John Gina Pomaya magana kamon way shiwanga gold for oil is a recipe for disaster. But in the read snippets kan abunda yeche kenan way former deputy prime minister don't she at least yasan takan we na abubuwan so at least he's well versed in that area. Way this so-called this Dr. Baumia in an opaque and loud manner is nothing but a charade that will end up piling unsustainable debt, just like the so-called Sindo Hydro deal. It will be recalled after insisting that the Sindo Hydro agreement was a barter deal. The current government has just witnessed an embarrassing spectacle following the insistence by the IMF that the deal is nothing but a loan agreement and must reflect in the national debt accounting. It's actually magana yake kama wanga kuma ya ba barter trade bane as muka gani kan batun Sindo Hydro deal na. So probably wanga kuma loan agreement ne da ake so ayi amma za ana daukan shi kaman barter trade na ana ba su gold su ba mu oil is unsustainable kaman ba ya continue shi wanga policy nga shi kuma abinda yake cewa kenan.
Kin ga mutu oil for good nga. Ni gaskiya ya shiga min dufu. Facts are facts. I don't know the impact that will impact on our current economic situation that we face. Kuma kin ga bina Janjina Boyegeko. And is one of the masters on that field. And I can't deny him. Kuma MPP kuma suma maybe some of the experts. Let's get so maybe I. So need to know it's too early to praise or to criticize.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's wait and see the impact that will reflect.
So you receive first badge.
Receive first badge. So you cannot go there and judge. To me, we have to be sober. Expertise in the soil come on, be help them. So for those who convince him, I'm commend which I'm now with him.
Okay.
So now government side in Nkuma, so much of to so God amuna when impact can life.
So they say the way is stress pressure come forex more.
It has landed.
First batch
about 40,000 metric ton.
Yep.
Go back by your land.
But far as say Robert Commander Kache there is too early to criticize and it's too early to also praise. Yeah.
So let's wait until we by the middle of the year. Uduba kifa itanina about up to maybe June, July. So now Farah go into these issues, this kind of issues.
Amaya Kagade idea in general.
Me to the idea is very, very bad. To me, I side with John Jinapo. It's very bad idea because I don't see the impact. Look, our foreign exchange money is the commercial bank that will handle it.
Okay.
And almost about a week ago, some come away in the Iran and they cannot do anything about it. Which that means even by saying that
Bank
of Ghana a governor.
Oroya bari interjecting kakadang. Instead of adoku kama almost $40 million dollars aje I say oil the she yanzu forest consignment yazo gold akadoki aka exchange the she instead adoki wannan kudi aje ayi $40 million dollars and doki 40 million cash or in dollars shike bari duka wannan muke ganin stress kan forex mu ga dollar aga muna ga kaman CD nan na depreciate against the foreign exchange because don't banks mu kamar da kashe commercial bank ya kamata ya regulate dollar to wannan banks nan kuma commercial bank aka musan Bank of Ghana ke basu kudi to kudin nan Bank of Ghana yake yanzu an doki wannan instead a doke shi a pump ai wani abu da ban shi an doki ana dauka ana fita da shi ana zuwa ana sayan fuwa meanwhile gold na nan instead mu je mu sayar da gold na sha doki gold nan a exchange and duba an convert aga kudin gold na inda ya kama da kudin oil na sha doki a exchange da shi a kama she muna dollar mu nan da ke reserve mu ne yana nan ana circulate wannan cikin system ya ease pressure kan forex mu da yake muke gani yanzu aka
da aka sayar da gold ai da na sayar da gold na ka kudin nan da na ka sayar da gold nan kudin gold na me yake yin shi
shi ke bank ne ke aje yanzu instead ai yanzu aka in aka zo aka aje shi kuma wannan kudin a kuma dauki aje a sai sabo da shi abun nan da yake kenan
sai sa ne
zan announce phone line but announce phone line
oil from gold the policy I don't know much so that is why I say
he doesn't know much so that's what you let me do the explanation for don't never the time in ka shiga ciki ka ci ka kada bari announce phone lines number then I'll still get back to you a daidai wannan lokaci masu kallo za ku iya kira mu akan 0553 683 da 0555 798 in kuka kira ku rage volume on TV zai muna da first caller hello assalamu alaikum
alaikum salam
ya kuri sunanki muna lafiya alhamdulillah sunanki da inda kike kira
ya kuri sunana Hajiya Boya
okay daga ina okay Hajiya Boya muna jinki
to Allah kai maka sannun ku da kokari
sannun ka da Hajiya
na ji kuna batun wai za a doki gold a exchange ai menene to okay za a doki gold a exchange a man kai a sai mai da shi to yan businessmen and women da ke change dollar su je China su je London su je ina su bi ko business su ka ta da su ma an ba su gold su je da shi ne ko ya za yi
is this policy now for oil ne government policy ne hello kamar line Hajiya Yankuri Hajiya Boya Yankuri shi wanga government suke daukan goldin kasa aje a so mai kasa a so mai da shi ba is not extended to business individuals yasa Hajiya Boya in kina ji na hello assalamu alaikum
Salamu alaikum.
Na'am ya hankuri sunan lafiya lo sunan ka da inda kake kira.
Roya lafiya.
Lafiya
na kokari.
Alhamdulillah.
Gidana kuma da ke kusa da kai na mai barka da yau.
Yo ya hankuri sunan ka tukuna. Sunan ka
Muhammadu
Babawo to muna jin ka.
Shi a babu nan batu.
Okay.
To kisan Ajiya Salwa.
Na'am.
Nisan wani abu ne. Mu bar mu yi ma junan mu gaskiya. In ya so talakawa su fahimci cewa kamar abin da ake faɗi wannan ga gaskiyar magana. Yau bari gaya miki gwamnati NPP fa bai da kudi yau. Bari mu yi magana mu yi ma junan mu gaskiya. Mu bari talakawa su fahimci. Wanda batun siyasa bane. Kin gane ko an karbi manyan kudi an yi kaso mu raba. An je an ci bashi manyan kudi millions of dollars an yi kaso mu raba. Duba lokacin corona ga an samu billions of dollars ba su disbo. Duba wanda ba da an zo an bada $1 billion. Wanda wannan ga manyan kumfinin.
Kada Babawo. Okay.
Ina so nuna miki kudaden da shigo magana da yau muke cikin motocin kabu da yau da ba ta ja. Don misali ina jin ki
gold for oil exchange na nake so da mu tsaya kan wannan shi mu ga ka gaya mana ra'ayinka kan wannan zance don shi muke discuss yanzu haka cikin studios. Hello assalamu alaikum.
Hello, salam.
Ya kuri sunanka da inda kake kira.
Yan kuri Amaditi na kod Mimle.
Daga Kokomlemle. Okay, muna jin ka Ahmed Tijani.
Na ga yayin
okay. Yan kuri tsaya da kyau line ka na break.
Okay. Abin da ke tafiya ba. Politicians su Allah, especially these politics. Wallahi ya ji su Allah. Saboda mun muna nan ga yes muna mun su zo suka ba mu hakuri. Wani da su amma wani gwamnati yana cin yawan ba ku hanya. Duba abin fa kuka zo kuke nuna cikin gari. Abba game da musulmai da ciki. Su ji tsoron Allah yau duniyar ga duniyar kici da suna tafiya yanzu kan shugaban kasan ba shi ne garin ga sai zan su da kari su da fani garin ci garin duka yayi fasaha cuci ya yawa ba tsoron Allah
okay
yau duniyar kici ne suna nuna ido su ba America mai ke wuri ba ne na da kyau akwai aiki akwai komai me yasa ba su kula haka nan me yasa ta mu wani na yi ka zo kai magana ka ba mu hankuri ka sha kari to ka shiga turo ba ni ne baka shiga ba saboda me a baka mulki yau an baka abba jama'a ni da jura gaskiya da sarakan mu da pastors
Ahmed Tijani da kai kuma ra'ayinka da ka ba mu kan wannan zance da muke tattaunawa kama albarin zuwanka quickly kamun dai mu wrap up muna getting close to wrapping up da za ka yi wani magana da zuna fara pick calls.
Batun wanga good for oil wanga na nake cewa kuma wata I think first caller na
Haja Abuya
we yanzu landing da na
business people masu China da menene magana ai ba tambaya ne
you see ba forex kana duban wadanda abukan da ke ka pressure ka absorb in ka duba Ghana importation of rice Back I can do importation of rice. Compare maybe the importation of biscuits.
Biscuits, yeah.
Someone is actually import biscuits. It's that kind of policy between rice and biscuits. When you can take government that can do rice no more. Do mean they can spend over $500 million a year
on importation of rice.
Maybe biscuits you use like $10 million. So government here identify. So you can do the time the president is read address nation. I think somewhere December. On some of the happenings.
Yeah.
Check, come on, going forward, we'll make sure that some of the things that I can import we'll reduce it, the poultry, rice, and the like, so that we'll concentrate on local stuff to bring down bring down rice importation, sugar, and gold, oil.
Oil. Especially oil.
Especially also, call now. To understand, come on, when that land they car for school they car winner.
Because actually China
you don't compare the amount of money in the government.
The government.
According to Abuka, whether government likes it or not, government must look for money for it.
Yep.
Individuals and that's importation, so sometimes they themselves look for their dollar.
Their own money.
But when it comes to oil, when it comes to staple food like rice and the like, rice is short money in the country. It's a national security issue. So government will. So yeah, that is how expect viewers must understand what are policies in that. Government is forced to intervene.
That is where your communication, the government's communication, kaga irin waranga Russian enough awareness. Na shake body, mutane will just get up and say because they are not well informed. Babasu, ba gamsar da su kan wannan zancen ba.
My sister, sorry, me now some opportunity. Now I've been to Niger, Turkey, command 3 times. Trade, you move. You know, move from China to Turkey. A lot of Ghanaians now as well. So one of the things in the government, when it comes to China and Turkey, you can liaise with these governments and create some kind of international bank. You either transfer the yen for the person.
Bank charges.
No.
Come on, bank charges.
No.
The police rate is too high.
No.
It's too much.
In the government, so can liaise. So
in China,
that's the
dollar. China na dollar na they use bo.
Use
to yuan. So you deal with the government whereby you make these currencies available. And when it comes to yuan and cedi, it's not like what's the name. So when you deal some of these bank charges and other things, you can make it less. Don't mean it's not even the best. Now, you see, when you are going and then you carry more than $10,000 on you,
yes, exactly. It's
so you can't avoid bank charges. And so that traders will not be forced to take this currency calculation. When you deal with government level,
transfer couldn't come.
Maybe I transfer $10,000. $1,000. Maybe that equivalent of that saying yuan. Maybe can we come on $400.
Come on, wrap up about that. One topic. Wrap up.
That one of the things maybe don't look at it, but police wanga issue that.
Yeah.
In fact, initially the Nagan story now, it was very unfortunate. Mr. Police officers are going
to plant.
Until the Nagan later story come arrest Mutuna and investigation so far ya prove come, and this is very, very serious because crime, one of the crimes in the Zaka can lose asset in Chini drugs in this country.
Exactly.
Every shekarun the kaikayaki kuma and the confiscate.
You can see.
She police they implant.
Exhibit.
Yes. Yeah. Later I realized me I would suggest to serve it as a deterrent. Police should follow it through.
Yeah, I got magana prosecute.
That's scary to me. She carry a wait, doctor, no, but doctor, man.
But doctor, why Uber driver neighbor? You were using an alias as a doctor, something.
So I use
impersonation.
And this IGP, one thing they but not like this IGP has to do with update the public as to happiness. And then about image in police na it's a one day police make sure come on suka prosecute in court of competent jurisdiction they find that she guilty. Suka service a very harsh. I don't think next time when
okay, all right. So Alajo na suka conclude muna kan
yeah na me but sani kamar again initially na but oil for gold
gold for oil.
In fact nidi
baka ga musu ba sannan so kana so ka ga in abin ya fara impacting shi
ya fara fitowa sai zan ga standing na amma asset now chonjina po standing shi da magana
kana rai da shi
yeah because he knows better than I do when it comes to such issues.
All right.
So number 2 yanda
but like you said
something but the vice president is human. So that's what I said. Let's wait and see the impact. Because 40,000 metric ton of gold almost about 48 million equivalent. It's equivalent to that amount. So to me,
I mean that way we're not couldn't answer circulation. She come in and change system.
Even though
40 million.
Other winner. It's making sense. But could you at the end just decide the gold now? Yes, let's wait and see. You see what will happen.
Okay,
come on, but you sign police again. Guess find come on guy now. Even your cause fear and panic. That's what you have to be charged for. Wrong with me. I don't condone that. Even though I'm against certain government policies. I'm going to and again now. That one, you put some discipline
in the police system.
I totally agree with that.
All right.
So guy they won't have been in fact we try.
All right. Now the last message. No, I'm going to wait. Smiler from Kumasi. MPP want to break the 8, but Ghanaians are not ready for that. So I did when I look at Chima, Skalone Kichimo Mungo de da Saki Sadwa I can win Shiri Tsarin Safiya the Kizua the Ghana BEIN TV BEIN House Atomic Junction and then bring Accra when Shiri Nazua ko ni ranar Litinin zuwa ranar Juma'a daidai misalin karfe 6:30 zuwa karfe 10 kar ku manta za ku iya bibiyar mu akan shafukan mu na sada zumunta Facebook da YouTube BEIN TV, Instagram BEIN_TV, a Twitter kuma @BEIN Media. Muna so in gode a madadin wanda suke taimaka mana muke kawo muku wannan shiri. Muna gode ma executive producer mu Swadi Yakubu da kuma producer mu Alimatu Sadiya Audu Yanufe da wanda suka taimaka mana MCR.